It's the Saturday morning of June 29th, 2019, and we're about 400 meters above Saskatchewan Beach, Saskatchewan. And looking northward up the line of rail the Canadian Pacific laid through here to Boulier in 1911. That's the village of Silton up there. And on the far horizon is the big mound of dirt called Last Mountain. Geologically, this is all ridge moraine in through here, believe it or not. I can't see any ridges. It's the moist mixed grasslands regime. Looking around to the northeast, that black line is Highway 322 leading over to Highway 20 down to Craven in the valley up there, about 11k away. Near Craven at the head of the lake there is the lost port of Sussex, like the Capel Long Lake and Saskatchewan Railway and Steamship Company built in 1883. Port Hyman and Valeport are down there as well. And just in the foreground here is Canada Valley, which was part of Saskatchewan Beach until 1966. And this is Long Lake, also known as Last Mountain Lake. We're looking across to Lumsden Beach on the south side there. The lake was a key link in the scheme of the Capel Long Lake and Saskatchewan Company to connect Regina on the CPR main line with the old settlement of Prince Albert up on the North Saskatchewan River. This little bay down there might have been what was referred to as the Port of Silton for a few years. In 1883, the QLLNS succeeded in laying a line of rail from Regina out to the Port of Sussex. And there, presumably, they launched a little boat on the lake to push a barge up and down, laden with settlers' supplies and belongings to the landings that the homesteaders had established along the shoreline. However, in 1889, the CPR acquired the lease to the QLLNS and immediately abandoned the trackage over to Sussex, ran north from Lumsden up through Davidson, Saskatoon, and on to Prince Albert by 1890, abandoning any thought of continuing to use the lake as a link. But come the turn of the century, the William Pearson Land Company had acquired most of the land on the east side of Long Lake, and they thought it'd be a good idea to deliver supplies to their settlers via the lake. In 1904, the company formed the Pearson Steamship Company and brought in an old side wheel paddle boat from Lake of the Woods. It was rebuilt several times, ending up as the SS Capel, which ran out of business when the CPR built this line from Regina to Lanigan on their northern main line in 1911. The old Capel was run aground and stripped of its metalwork in 1913 and was burned in celebration of the end of World War I on November the 11th, 1918. And here we are over the trackage on the eastern side of Saskatchewan Beach. CP never built a station here, and there were no elevators, the closest station being about a mile up the line at Silton Siding, now the village of Silton. And looking down on the beach's main drag there, Lakeview Avenue, or Lakeview Crescent, depending on which side of the grey roofed building you are. That's the new village office. The village was incorporated on June 16th, 1919, making this the 100-year celebration. And with a parade. Not down the mountains, of course. It's a nice day. It was raining all day yesterday and it threatened today, but it's holding off for the parade. Here comes Mayor McEwen, this 1952 L120 International Harvester. Grows his worship. Reckon that's a Series 1, 2, 3, 2.5 Land Rover, could be 1948, good shape. Oh my goodness. Dogs and balloons and kids in a boat, just to remind us that this is the beach. Here's a post-war JI case BAC. Lots of noise, and another boat. I bet that's the canoe right there. Old Nova. That parade is complete without a muscle car. What do you reckon? 33, 34? Ford Coupe. Banana cream, if I'm not mistaken. Good looking. And my favorite being the 1951 Ford. Roll that old flathead. There's an early style John Deere B. Last ones were made in 1946. Massey Harris 33. There goes the parade. And this is where they're serving lunch down in Village Hall. Used to harvest ice out on that lake until 1965, and finally got electricity strung to this corner of the world. Directly across the lake is Regina Beach, established as Kane's Point back in the day. Line up for a barbecue. Looking down from the top of the retaining wall surrounding the village office. And this is dead set up on Lakeview Park. The whole community was known as Lakeview Park until incorporation in 1919. This might be the little Anglican chapel mentioned in the Taylor family history in the Centennial booklet. Somebody's right at home. I didn't see it, but there's a multi-denominational open-air chapel up on the hill behind the town. The land around here had all been surveyed by 1882, and in 1883 Charles Benjafield and his family came to settle on a quarter section, the shops at the north end of town. Quarter section by quarter section over the years, the family bought up the land upon which the town site presently sits. On January the 1st, 1888, likely in his parlor, Charles Benjafield opened up the post office of Silton, named for his hometown in England. Here's the old sign at the entrance to town. Later on this afternoon, some notables and poobahs are going to unveil the new sign down at Lakeview Park by the village office, designed by local artist Daphne Pinch. Looking down the rail line back into Saskatchewan Beach. And this is Silton Station, standard number 5, built in 1912, sold off in 1970 and moved here as a residence. When the CPR built through in 1911, the post office was moved to C.C. Whitehead's establishment in what is now the village. And so the census of 2016 counted 258 full-time residents of the community. Of course, the population just skyrockets in the summertime. In the RM of McKillop, number 220, Saskatchewan Beach, Saskatchewan.